Hi, my name is Mark Hall, Area Specification Manager for Northern California. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about our initiatives, but more importantly, about some displays that we're going to build and also talk about. First, a quick review of our three top initiatives: Win Top Projects, Own the 99, Intelligent Use of Controllers. All of these we will need to use all of our available tools. And one of those tools is actually doing some live demonstrations and having those so we can put those in front of any type of customer and convince them to use Rainbird products. We have a team of about 13 of us, and we might be adding one more soon, but it's important that we all work together and utilize each other's talents and experience from the past and also from the present. So we are going to call this the Train the Trainer 2022. This will be your assignment that you will need to complete part of it prior to arriving at our 1.5 2-day training. First, you'll need to order the product. And then when you actually get to the event, we will build the displays together. We will not build those prior. We're going to actually build them there. So you're going to have everything that you need to get this done. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me or call me, whatever works for you. All right, I'm going to just do a brief go through so you have an idea of what we're looking at. This is our XFSCV end feed. It's about 24 inches square, this little display. You can also hook this up live as long as you have a pressure regulator, and we can get into that later on. But for now, you can see everything is numbered. Number 1, threaded metal adapter. 2 is the operation indicator. 3, that's our actual drip line, which has changed a little bit, but it's going to be the XFSCV. You can use a 0.6 or 0.9 gallon per hour emitter. And I would suggest that you actually order the one with 12-inch spacing. And then there's going to be fittings and elbows and cross fittings and a PVC ball valve. We can go more into the working of this when we're actually building it and once we have it completed and in front of us. But this is an end feed, which means the water is going to be here at number 1, and it's going to come here, and then it's going to actually feed this system. Now, the distance between these two typically is going to be 12 to 18 inches on center per spec and for contractors. So this is just going to give a customer the idea of how this is going to look if we have low flow rates. We'll get into that in more detail. So this is the end feed. These are the items that you need. I would suggest you also use Teflon tape anywhere you have threads. Then we have the XFSCV end feed. It's an end feed just like the other one, except this one has a QF header. And you can see the QF header, which is number 5 right here. And we can go through this. This is the operation indicator. And actually, we've mounted that onto a swing pipe. And then we have, you'll see here all the other parts. Number 2, threaded coupling. 3, twist lock fittings. The XFSCV again across here. Header with 12-inch spacing, 3/4 inch ball valve here. So this should have more than enough information for you to put this together. And again, if you could, please, wherever there's threaded situations or these caps, I would go ahead and use Teflon tape. Good habit to get into. Well, we also want to make sure that we can show them a whole systems or the systems approach. So this is our 1-inch control zone kit with hose end fittings. And this particular one is our new with the which we're going to change over to. And instead of just having a quick check feature, we will now have a flow indicating PRB filter right here. This one you can also hook up to the hose. You see this brass connection, hose end connection, and then all the other fittings and most everything should be listed here on the right. So this we can use to power up either these small displays, or we could do something larger and be able to really read the flow rates. We can even create a break in the line simulated with a ball valve, and we can show our customers how they can read this and diagnose their system. Again, this is a 1-inch control zone kit. The Fitting Challenge Plus. So these are just some different parts that we can do a challenge with our customers so they can have some hands-on practice on putting our tubing together with our fittings and the competitors' tubing with their fittings. Fittings Challenge Plus. RWS, root watering system, we want all sizes with check valves. You really just need to get one of each. Make sure they have check valves. It's best if you can show fully featured products that we have. That way it's going to be a little bit easier to sell it if you have it. Test stand. So we want to be able to run a PVC test stand to rotors and spray heads. And this just gives you an idea of how that is actually put together. And again, most of the parts will be on the right-hand side. Here's the test stand itself. Yes, there are many different ways to build this. This one's a very simple, it only has 3 products that we're displaying. But these are specific products to make sure that we can tell our complete story about how our R-vans work with our 5,000 rotors. This also allows us to demonstrate the MP rotator as compared to our R-van. And we can show our RD head. So this little display can do a lot. You can see number 6, that arrow actually goes to this. So just to give you an idea how those tie in, these you'll need glue and again Teflon tape. Your configuration may be a little bit different, but something close to this would be great. It's just a close-up of our R-van. Okay. Last but not least will be our smart valve display. This is so we can demonstrate our IVM versus standard decoder. And you can see sort of the dimensions on there. You want to get that fairly close, and the couple valves. And you can see on here too, there's some PVC parts. So you can hook these up. 1 inch. Makes it a lot easier to hook these up to our valves. And then you have IVM on one side and our standard valve on the other side, but you're also showing we're using a decoder that we have these 4 splices. So the idea here is that the customer gets a great visual of why you want to go with the IVM and the smart valve. Also, if you could or would order a LX IVM, you might have to get permission to do that, or an IVM Pro. You want to make sure you add a pigtail so you can plug that in and get that to run. And a communication cartridge is also would be a good idea. So congratulations, you made it through the presentation. I hope this all makes sense. And we will, by the time we get all this done, we'll be able to demonstrate the drip line, the RWS, the RDR van, and our IVM with the smart valve. Thank you.